I call to order the Riverview Board of Education regular meeting for April 22nd, 2025. Secretary Walker, roll call, please.
Vice President Dominski.
Here.
Secretary Walker here. Treasurer Davis.
Here.
Trustee Meeks.
Here.
Trustee O'Brien.
Here.
Trustee Toth.
Here.
Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So we're going to start off tonight with some presentations for winter sports, RCHS poetry, and advanced placement course update. So with that, I'll hand it off to Superintendent Hatzel.
Everyone, thank you to our teams and students for coming out tonight. Continuing from last month's presentation of some of our winter sports success, some of our students had conflicts, so we've got some more tonight to honor for some great seasons. So I'll turn it over to AD Derek DeBrano.
Thank you. We have two teams tonight that we are going to honor. We are going to start with our swim team, and I'm going to call up Coach Pickell.
All right. I just want to start by thanking the Review Board of Education as well as Superintendent Hatzel for having us here and honoring us in the other winter sports again this season. It was a great season. Really excited to honor the athletes here. I'm going to start by calling them up so they can get some recognition, and then I'll talk a little bit about our season. So could I first have Chase Bunch come up? And Ethan Kropp. Eric Mircellari, Nick Coleman, Luca Vitale, Chris Shelton, Nathan Brashaw, Wyatt Lynn, Aaron Fabick, Emmett Todd, and Connor Duke. It was another successful season for the boys swim and dive team here. We had an undefeated season for the second year in a row. The swim and dive team here at Riverview is currently 36-0 in their last 36 dual meets over the last few seasons. So they had a really phenomenal year, had some close meets. These guys came through every time, had strong finishes, got the job done. It was a really exciting season. They came out on top of the Huron League once again this year for the third season in a row. And we had state qualifiers continuing the streak that's over a decade long of consecutive state qualifiers. So it was really exciting. We don't have all of the team here represented today with some other sports events going on, being counselors for fifth grade camp and various other activities. But some of the athletes that we do have here, just want to honor Connor Duke and Aaron Fabick, give a wave. They were our divers this year, and they qualified for the state finals for their first time. We also had Emmett Todd and Ethan Kropp here, who qualified for the state finals, and as well as their teammates who aren't here, but Timothy Cruz, Ewan Todd, Will Johnson, Gabe Whitaker, Sean Close, and Nate Johnson. They all qualified for the state meet. And Tim Cruz, Ewan and Emmett Todd, and Nate Johnson were all state this year as well. So let's give another round of applause for him. So, one last thing. One of the highlights of this season, we hosted the Downriver Classic at Seats Middle School. That is formerly the News Herald Invitational. We won that meet back-to-back, defeating the other 10 teams in the area. And that was the first, we were the first team to go back-to-back wins in consecutive seasons in that meet since Riverview did so in the 2017-18 season. So that was a really special moment this year, and got a lot of young guys here, a lot of guys coming back. Wishing our seniors the best, and looking forward to next year. Thanks, guys. You guys come in here for a picture.
Thank you, Coach. The other team that we are going to recognize today is our varsity boys basketball team, and I'm going to call up head coach Tim Stamper.
Very much appreciate going after the 36-0 swim and dive team. That's appreciate my ID for that. Just want to start by thanking our school board, Superintendent Hatzel, our athletic director, our entire administration. It's really an honor to be here, and this season was very unique for us. We did not go 36-0, and we started out 3-5 before Christmas. However, once our team really bought into what makes us unique and found our calling card, we accomplished some really cool things. So we're here to celebrate a Huron League championship, but some of our other accomplishments. We finished the season 17-6. We rode a 14-game winning streak into the state playoffs, which is the longest winning streak that Riverview's had in over 20 years. Very proud of that. And ultimately, I think 2 years since we've kind of taken over this program, having a district championship and a Huron League title are certainly things that we can be proud of. And winning basketball games is fantastic, and it's great to have on-court success. But if I'm going to be honest with everybody in this room, what I'm most thankful for and appreciative of is the way that our program goes about our business. We talk about character, we talk about commitment. Ultimately, what we want to do is make this community proud and make our city proud. And when I think about the kids that we have, we do things the right way. It's not just on-court success, it's in the classroom. It is in the community. And I'm going to be honest, we only have one kid here, and that's because we have a number of spring sport athletes, and we have a number of kids who are at fifth grade camp being counselors at the schools where they were fifth graders. So just really appreciate, giving back to our community. We brought back our youth clinic last year, and just to see our team dive into that and give back to all the first through sixth graders in our community has been fantastic. So really just thankful for our team, thankful for our staff. We have a great group of guys who just invest a significant amount of time into this program. And like I said, ultimately, we just want to make the city proud, and we're excited about the future. So I'll call up just the couple guys that we do have. Assistant coach Henry Knapp. Assistant coach Jay Doyle. And last but not least, we do have our team MVP here, first team All-Huron League player Noah Swearingen.
Thank you, Coach. I would just also like to extend, congratulations to all of our teams for this winter season. As Coach said, both coaches said, our athletes are role models within our community and within our school, and many of them are multiple sport athletes. They're involved in student council, they're involved in fifth grade camp, they're involved in numerous things. So I'm very proud to be a part of this athletic department, and thank you guys for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Next, I'm going to call up Principal Firkus to introduce some student achievements here. And if you've got to go, Coach, I had 5 minutes to spare before I came. Every single field was operational, so it was good to see the sun shining on our spring athletes.
Yeah, is that okay? Thank you. Well, first, I'd like to say thank you for recognizing, as always, our wonderful students that we have. I feel like every month I say this because we have so many excellent students at RCHS. Tonight we're going to recognize a few more. Lillian Williams and Cecilia Martin, come on up, are both involved. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, I'll go right on here. I'm going to brag about you for just a second, okay? Okay, Lillian Williams and Cecilia Martin are both involved in the Health Occupations Program, which is part of the CTE program and is housed at Grosse-Ile High School. This is their second year in the program, and they are under the direction of directors Rachel Gazzardo and Alexis Romano. Under their guidance, they have the opportunity to participate in HOSA, or Future Health Professionals, and they recently competed at the Region 5 conference. Students there are judged on their knowledge, their skills, professionalism, and ethics, and students must complete an examination as well as demonstrate their skills. Lily placed 4th in phlebotomy, which is something with blood. Blood, drawing blood. Okay. Yuck. And Cece placed 3rd in sports medicine, which sounds way better. I'm sorry, Lily. I'd like to thank the board for honoring their dedication to this rigorous program because every year it is one of the hardest to get into, and they are both 2 of our shining stars, and they have really done a really wonderful job of representing us at HOSA. So thank you both. Wait, I want to get a picture of you. Can I have a picture with you with them, Superintendent Hatzel? And President Dominski, thank you for the newsletter. Yes, beautiful. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, during the second trimester, sophomores at Riverview High School are expected to select, memorize, and perform several poems. Initially, they do this in front of a small group, then in front of the class, and finally, if they choose to, in front of a larger audience in the auditorium for the opportunity to compete at the state competition of Poetry Out Loud. Poetry Out Loud is held in Lansing, and it is sponsored by the Michigan Arts and Culture Council in partnership with Michigan Humanities. Finalists from participating high schools are expected to recite poems in 3 rounds for the chance to earn a $20,000 college scholarship and the opportunity to go on to the national competition, which is held next month in Washington, D.C. The Michigan High School content standards of speaking and listening emphasize developing the ability to effectively communicate, which include presenting information, listening carefully, and demonstrating fluency and accuracy in spoken expression, all of which are beautifully met by participation in this program. Led by English teachers Jennifer Barczak, Blaise Janot, and Jill Versek, all students were given the chance to practice and perfect their skills, but only one of them was this year's Poetry Out Loud champion and was able to compete at the state level on behalf of Riverview Community High School. I want to thank you for recognizing the achievements of Naomi Flynn Wicker tonight. She is incredible. And I'm not going to ask her to recite her poem because she did it like last month, but I do want a picture. That's great, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, beautiful. Thanks, Naomi. Finally, I know Salma's normally here to give you guys an update of what's going on at Riverview, and I'm a pretty sad stand-in, but I do want to give you just a quick update that we are starting in just a few weeks advanced placement testing. So May 5th to May 16th, our students will be taking their advanced placement tests in the hopes that they will earn college credit. And students who earn a 3 or higher can avoid taking the corresponding course in that college, and it can save them thousands of dollars. AP exams at the high school cost $98 to take it, unless the student qualifies for free and reduced lunch, and then we either waive the exam fee or we offer it to them at a lower cost. So last year at RCHS, during the 23-24 school year, we offered classes in AP Biology, AP English Literature, Macroeconomics, physics, but unfortunately we had to also, because of enrollment, we had to combine it with college prep physics, so it was like a combined course in order to run the class. AP Psychology, AP Statistics, and then also AP US History. Okay, so that was last year. So of the students who took the exams last year, we had 115 students in those classes take 169 total exams. So many of our students take more than one AP class, which then they also take more than one AP exam. Of those students, 130 of them, or 77%, earned college credit in the exam, which that's pretty phenomenal. 24 of them earned a 5 or higher, which I used to teach AP US History, and if some of my students, if they earned a 5 or higher, and they were not going into like a liberal arts or like a history program, if they're going to like math, that would get them out of like US History 1 and then US History 2, so it was really like 2 classes. So that's a 5 is the highest score you could possibly earn. 52 of our students earned a 4 or higher, and 53 of them earned a 3 or higher. 13 of our students went on to receive AP Scholar distinction. 3 of them earned AP Scholar with honor, and 5 of them earned the highest, which was an AP Scholar with distinction. This year, we actually added an AP class. Pat Gordinski is teaching for the first time ever AP English Language, which is like the sister course to English Literature. They can take it as a junior, and we're offering 2 sections of that, and then they can go on and take AP English Lit next year. We're also offering AP Biology. We're offering microeconomics this year as opposed to macro, and then psych, statistics, and U.S. history with the hopes of offering world history and chemistry if I can talk the teachers into it in the future. I have to get a little more persuasive. So really great things are happening. I don't know if Mr. Hatzel told you, but last week we had 100% of our juniors take the SAT exam on the SAT day, which earned them a ice cream social on Friday, which was scooped by Mr. DeBrano and I with all the trimmings. And we had all but 1 take the ACT test, and we had all but 6 take the M-STEP on Friday. So we are now successfully, for the most part, finished with our mandated state testing, and we are hoping, knock on wood, that AP testing goes just as smoothly. We couldn't be prouder of our kids. It's been a really great couple of weeks at the high school, and we're really grateful for your support. So, do you have any questions for me? No? Okay. Thanks for having us again.
Thank you. Yes, thank you to our principal, Ms. Firkus, for that presentation, and Mr. DeBrano for all his presenting all the achievements, and to the students and athletes and coaches on their achievements also. Moving on to number 5 on our agenda, guest and visitor comments. The purpose of the public participation portion of the meeting is to provide the opportunity for citizens to share their thoughts with the board Personal concerns are best handled through proper channels. Questions requiring investigation will be referred to the superintendent for consideration. Do we have any guest and visitor comments today?
14800 King Road. I sit on the HOSA board, if you will, for the DCTC. On the day that they had their exercise, there was probably 600 to 800 kids, students, at Groseal High School. The buses were parked all the way around. The region that they're in includes places like Canton Township, Groseal, obviously, they're the host this time, the Grosse Points, and Farmington are all in there. I was a judge, but not, it happens for anything that they particularly did. But you don't get there to begin with unless you have really practiced. We're talking serious freshman, sophomore, college level expertise to be able to really have a chance to excel. There are students there with all kinds of backgrounds and all kinds of capabilities. And for them to come out that well, while she gave a truly, it's true, it doesn't even come close to how successful they really are. It would be being in, say, the top 4 in swimming in the state. Pick whatever one you want. It's that kind of level. And so I just wanted to make sure that that level is actually what's being celebrated tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Haley. Are there any other guest and visitor comments? Seeing none, I'll need an acceptance of our agenda today. Do I have a motion?
Vice President Dominski.
Trustee Toth?
Be resolved, the Review Board of Education accepts the agenda for the April 22nd, 2025 regular meeting.
Do I have support? Supported by Treasurer Davis. Secretary Walker, roll call, please.
Vice President Dominski?
Yes.
Secretary Walker, yes. Treasurer Davis?
Yes.
Trustee Meeks?
Yes.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Trustee Toth?
Yes.
Moving along to item number A17. I'm sorry, A18. Is our consent grouping. Background? Do you provide background for that? No. Nope, actually, we don't. I'm sorry. I'll need a motion.
Vice President Dominski.
Trustee Meeks.
Be it resolved, the Review Board of Education accept the minutes of the March 17th, 2025 study session, the minutes of the March 18, 2025 regular meeting, approves the check registries and purchase card expense reports, approves the new teacher hire, and approves the 2026 seats 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C., all contained in the consent grouping.
Thank you for that. Do we have support?
Support.
Supported by Trustee Toth. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Secretary Walker, yes. Treasurer Davis?
Yes.
Trustee Toth?
Yes.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Vice President Dominski?
Yes.
Trustee Meeks?
Yes.
Moving on, we're going to provide some board updates, and I'll pass it over to Superintendent Hetzel.
Good evening. As aforementioned, our student liaison, Selma, is at 5th grade camp, so I will go from there. Quickly, state legislatively, the state legislature has not done much action since this group's been seated. However, we're thinking tomorrow they may put forward a cell phone ban for schools, so Unfortunately, most of the students left, but they'll be happy to hear that, I'm sure. Other than that, we are eagerly encouraging them to get a budget, or at least a semblance of a budget to the schools before the end of summer. So we're hopeful, but we shall see. I want to thank the Riverview Fire Department. Today, we held our district medical emergency response drills throughout the district, where we perform a simulated emergency drill. The EMS team went from each of our buildings and practiced emergency with our Building Safe School and emergency teams. So a big shout out to Chief Owens and his team for helping explain the process, and to our school chair, Ryan DeBrano, for helping to oversee these drills. We gained some valuable insight and found some things we did really well and some things that we could tighten up. So thank you to the city for providing those workers for us. I know it's been said tonight, but I want to wish our fifth graders, all three of our elementary schools in conjunction, have went to the Storer Camp in Jackson for an excellent experience as they culminate their elementary school days. So it looks like the weather should be good for them, and I saw some pictures already of them having fun outside and doing some life skills. 2 weeks ago, I want to thank all of our Riverview School staff who lended a hand and helped to welcome in our youngest new students at Kindergarten Roundup. We had a very good participation, and the presentations and preparation were excellent by our staff. So good job to all who chipped in for that. And while we're speaking of new students, if you're unable to make it, you can still register for kindergarten, and all of our other grades are open to school of choice. The window is open for 2 more weeks, so if you know some excellent students and families who want to join the Pirate team, send them to riverviewschools.com or give us a call. Thank you, Vice President Dominski.
Thank you for that, Superintendent Hatzel. Moving along to new business, item number A19, approved Downriver Career Technical Consortium Agreement Amendment. Superintendent Hatzel, background, please.
The Downriver Career Technical Consortium Agreement has been amended to include the ownership of the property formerly known as the Trenton Athletic Club. It is the recommendation of the Superintendent and Director of Business and Finance that the Board of Education approves the amended Downriver Career Technical Consortium Agreement, which now includes ownership of the new DCTC property as presented.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Vice President Dominski.
Secretary Walker?
Be it resolved that the Riverview Board of Education approves the amended agreement with the Downriver Career Technical Consortium as outlined and presented.
Thank you. Do I have a support?
Support.
Supported by Trustee Toth. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Secretary Walker, roll call, please.
Trustee Meeks?
Yes.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Treasurer Davis?
Yes.
Trustee Toth?
Yes.
Vice President Dominski?
Yes.
Secretary Walker, yes.
Agenda item A20, approved food service contract renewal. Superintendent Hatzel, background, please.
The Michigan Department of Education has approved our request for renewing the contract with Chartwells for food service management and operations for the 25-26 school year. It is the recommendation of the Superintendent and the Director of Business and Finance that the Board of Education approves the renewal of Chartwell's contract for district food service management and operations for the 2025-2026 school year.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Vice President Dominski.
Trustee Meeks?
Be it resolved, the Riverview Board of Education approves the attached agreement with Chartwells for the renewal of district food service management and operations for the 2025-2026 school year.
Do I have support? Support. Supported by Treasurer Davis. Any discussion? Seeing none, Secretary Walker, roll call, please.
Trustee Toth?
Yes.
Secretary Walker, yes. Trustee Meeks?
Yes.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Treasurer Davis?
Yes.
Vice President Dominski?
Yes. Moving on to item A21, approval purchase of lawn tractor. Superintendent Hatzel, background, please.
In keeping with our replacement equipment cycle, we are due to replace the oldest of our zero-turn lawnmowers, which is approximately 12 years old, and repairs exceeded our expectations. A quote was obtained using the Sourcewell contract number 031121 THE for a Hustler Super Z Hyperdrive zero-turn 72 rear discharge Kawasaki FX 1035 HP mower with quote attached. It is the recommendation of the Director of Operations and supported by the Superintendent that we award the purchase of a new Hustler Z Hyperdrive 72 zero-turn mower from Kerrs Equipment for the amount not to exceed $14,061.56.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Vice President Dominski.
Trustee Toth?
Be resolved, the Riverview Board of Education approves the purchase of a new Hustler Z Hyperdrive 72-inch zero-turn mower from Kerrs Equipment for the amount not to exceed $14,061.56.
Do I have support? Support. Supported by Treasurer Davis. Secretary Walker, roll call, please.
Vice President Dominski?
Yes.
Secretary Walker, yes. Treasurer Davis?
Yes.
Trustee Meeks?
Yes.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Trustee Toth?
Yes.
Moving along to our 5-minute session for guest and visitor comments. Is there any guest and visitor comments? Seeing none. Items for discussion presented by board members concerning which no action can be taken. Do I have any board members that would like to discuss anything? Nope. Seeing none. Move along to future business. The May study session will be on Monday, the 19th at 6 p.m. at RCHS. And our regular meeting for May will be in the Riverview City Hall Council Chambers on Tuesday, the 20th, beginning at 7 p.m. With that being said, I would need a motion for adjournment.
So moved?
Motion by trustee, trustee O'Brien. Do I have a support?
Support.
Supported by Treasurer Davis. Secretary Walker, roll call, please.
Vice President Dominski?
Yes.
Secretary Walker, yes. Treasurer Davis?
Yes.
Trustee Meeks?
Yes.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Trustee Toth?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 7:32.